one guy who doesn't have to worry about these types of things because he's already started his off season, although I don't know if maybe he may still be partying. We'll have to check. He is the head coach of the Abbott Panthers, the Class 1A Division I state champions. It is Terry Crawford. Coach Crawford, I told you this on Saturday, but I feel like I should tell you again. Congratulations on just a fantastic game.
Thank you. It feels extremely good.
I can imagine. I was talking with a lot of the six-man guys up in the press box before the game and then after the game, and they kind of came to a consensus that you were, prior to that game, among the best. You were on that list, that unenviable list, really, of best six-man coaches without a state title. And so I imagine that as a guy who's been around the block and who's helped to build this Abbott program to where they are today, I imagine that Saturday was very satisfying for you.
Yeah, it was extremely satisfying. I don't know. I said before the game, we're not going to let it define our program, and I still mean that. It's not going to define our program. And, we will continue to do what we do irregardless of the outcome of that game. And it's, I've had people say, well, what do you think? Well, I can tell you this. I've been on the losing end of that game, and I've been on the winning end of that game, and it's a heck of a lot more fun to be on the winning end of that game. So somebody asked me today, "Are you having a good day, Coach?" And I said, "How can you not have a good day?" So it's been fun. I was so ecstatic for our community. Man, they've deserved that. The support has been phenomenal. We rolled into town here. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see the videos, but it was pretty stinking amazing.
Well, you guys certainly earned it over what was an excellent Kroll team, and you guys battled back and forth. I want to take you back to halftime. It's 14-6. Kroll's just taking a lead. Obviously, you'd want to be in the lead. There's no doubt about that. But I imagine that you went into halftime saying, hey, half the game's gone. We're still in it, and we're getting the ball back. For you at halftime, what did you go in and tell your squad?
Well, we've been in that situation before. The last time we were in it was a close game at halftime. I think that was a bigger shock for everybody that, 12 season when we were playing Throckmorton close. I think a lot of people were surprised. There wasn't a panic mode this year at halftime simply because, our problem was not that we weren't having success offensively. It's that we weren't finishing drives. Inside the 10 twice, now on the 12 another time, didn't score. We weren't going to throw the game plan away, but we just went in and challenged the kids. Hey, it's time to get back to the way we do things, and that is that, we like to run the football. And if you're going to run the football, you got to whip the guy in front of you. So, we challenged them a little bit and said, we're going back old school, and if you want to win this thing, then you whip the guy in front of you more times than he whips you, and we'll come out victorious.
You guys did stick to your game plan, which a lot of teams in the six-man community go out in that wide-open offense. You guys are more of a power team. How important was it for you guys to get that first touchdown to say, hey, we can score? It's just going to be a matter of want to, basically.
Yeah, it's important. We put more emphasis all week long on defensive side of the ball because I don't care, even at the six-man level, defense wins championships. And people look at me and go, well, defense, six-man, you have those 100-point games, and defense is important. I said, it's critical, and it's going to be about getting defensive stops. And we've been on we won a game a couple of years ago in the playoffs, 118-100. And after the game, I told somebody, said, hey, defense won the game, and they giggled and said, you gave up 100 points. Yeah, but we stopped them 3 times, they didn't stop us at all. So I'm super proud of our defense, and offensively, that's what we do. Everybody said that you can't run one formation and win a state championship, and we got away from that formation a little bit this year, but we ran the football and we ran all the way to a state championship.
We're talking with Terry Crawford, the head coach of the Class 1A Division I state champion Abbott Panthers here on DCTF Live. Get involved with the conversation, hashtag DCTF Live. Coach, up in the press box, I'll tell you, it was hard to fill out the MVP ballot. I feel like there were a lot of different guys you could have given that offensive MVP award to. It ends up going to Cade Ramsey. He admittedly, he was my pick, 135 yards and 3 scores. He was your workhorse. For you, when they called out his name as the MVP, did you feel like that was the right choice?
And this is nothing against Cade Ramsey, because Cade Ramsey has been a workhorse all year long. But personally, I thought Zane Cooper was an unsung hero in that game. Because here we are talking about all this running game and what we need to do, about running the ball, but we needed to throw the ball a little bit in order to soften them up, and that was evident early on when they stuffed the run. And Zane, he's a first-year starter. He's just sat back there and learned. Kid throws for 220 yards. That's not bad, especially when our knock is they can't throw the ball. Well, I think that kid did a pretty good job of throwing the ball. And I probably, if I was in that position, I probably would have voted for Zane. And that's nothing against Cade, but I can assure you one thing: there's multiple guys that could have went either way with that, but there's none of them probably feeling upset about it today, because they're going to have that ring on their finger. So
I imagine they'll get over it pretty quickly.
I bet so.
I think the most remarkable thing that you guys did was your defensive game plan was just incredible. I thought that the defensive game plan was a masterwork. This is a Kroll offense that, as you know, was lighting people up. 74 points against a great Ira team. 94 points against a very good Garden City team. 68 points against Borden County. This is a team that can score. You guys hold them to 30 points. Coming into the game, what was your strategy there?
We felt like we had to assert our will. We had to put pressure on them, and our defensive coaches, Coach Thornhill and Coach C, those guys do such a great job of preparing. Coach Thornhill works harder than anybody I've ever seen, so he deserved that. I tell people we have 3 head coaches on this team. Cooper's been a head coach, and Kyle is ready to be a head coach, in my opinion. I know I'm a little biased on that. So, man, I'm spoiled rotten, but that game plan was phenomenal. We felt like watching film that not enough pressure had been put on Hayes, and so that was our game plan to go into. We're going to go get you. We're not going to sit back and let you pick us apart. We're going to go get you, and we played a little bit more aggressive than we normally do. A lot of people may not notice it. Some of the better coaches in the stands probably noticed. We were playing some man-to-man, which we don't like to play, but we felt like it was what gave us the best opportunity to win.
He's Terry Crawford. He's the head coach of the Abbott Panthers, joining us on DCTF Live. Coach, another one of the things that we hear a lot in the six-man community is about how, it's all about the West. The West Texas is the teams that they're the ones that are winning the titles. They're the dominant force in six-man football. And here you guys are, right down 35, just hanging out east. For you, did it feel like you were representing kind of the east of Texas high school six-man football?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, we could have taken a poll, and I don't think many people gave us a chance. I think there were some people across the state that felt like, hey, they got a lot coming back, and they're going to be in that state championship game, and congratulations, you're in there, but you're going to get your butt kicked by the West. So it made it a little bit sweeter, to do that, and I mean, we'll just keep it real. We'll keep it 100, as I say.
Coach, we've been doing this.
Do it when nobody expected us to do it.
Coach, I'll tell you, we've had a number of coaches on this show, and we've never had a coach say that they were going to keep it 100. So that is a first here.
It's a moment that's going down in history.
So Coach, one last question before we let you go and get back to celebrating. How long does the celebration last? I mean, in a lot of times, in the playoffs, you win a big game and you say, oh, well, we'll enjoy it for 24 hours and then we're getting back to work. Well, the next game ain't till August. So for you, how long is this celebration going to go?
Well, we have that 24-hour rule. We usually watch film on Saturday mornings of the game before, the previous game, and we tell our kids, all right, you've got till Sunday afternoon and it's over with. We got to move on. And this time we're going to give them a little bit longer. But the reality of it is you can't have too big of a hangover effect, because as most schools our size, these kids got to go right back into another sport, and they got a basketball tournament this weekend. And so if you have that hangover effect, it's going to affect that. So, and for me personally, this is nice. It's fun, and like I said, it's a heck of a lot more enjoyable to come to school on Monday after you've won it. But I'm a teacher, And so I'm teaching classes right now and getting ready for exams, and that's the way we do things, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love teaching, and I think that's what has made us an effective program, is because we have coaches that are great teachers.
It's the life of a six-man coach, and there are few better than Terry Crawford. His right hand is going to be a little heavier in a little bit with a state championship ring, as he's brought the Abbott Panthers their first state title. Coach, congratulations, and I will say, go enjoy this one. Just you know,
you have our permission.
You have our permission to go keep it 100.
We're going to keep it 100. And my wife's first words when I came home the other night, she said, "What are we going to do next week?" So we're going to celebrate. That's what we're going to do. So,
Coach, thanks so much for hopping on with us, and congratulations once again.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
There he goes, Terry Crawford, the head coach of the Abbott Panthers, keeping it 100.